open the back of the truck, boys.
So if the court needs to contact him about anything. Very much.
Where'd you go?
It's back to this one.
I'm an officer of the court, and there's an officer of the court, and we have the court line voluntarily surrendered.
Did they call you and ask you to come in?
No comment.
Who signed your bond?
Mrs. Fields.
Dr. Fields' wife?
Yes, sir.
Now what's the procedure? Are you a free man now until a hearing?
Yes, sir.
When will that be?
I don't know. You have to ask my lawyer here, Mr. Cobb.
But you
He's
will
one of my
fight
lawyers.
extradition, right?
Yes, sir. Is that right, Mr.
That
Cobb?
is correct.
When will the hearing be, Mr. Cobb?
It hasn't been set. He is not guilty, he's pleading not guilty, and we'll contend to that. And the evidence at that time will show it.
Why did you choose to represent him, Mr. Cobb?
I'm an officer of the court. Mr. Stoner is a lawyer. He's an officer of the court. I have my feelings about his innocence and his guilt, or his guilt, and I feel that I have a duty to represent anyone at any time that they need a lawyer to defend their rights and to see that they get a fair and impartial trial. And we shall do that.
Mr. Stoner, are you ready to name the undercover FBI agent and the detective who you say told you to get somebody to kill Dr. Martin Luther King and to bomb the church?
That will be set forth in the writ that we shall file.
When will by when that would be set?
No, they have not.
Mr. Stoner, there have been reports that you talk about fearing going back to Alabama, that you might be killed. Can you elucidate on that? What is your feeling, and what do you feel about those who are now bringing this indictment against you? Well, I think that a certain undercover FBI agent working with the FBI and a certain detective on the Birmingham Police Department would rather for me to be dead than to go to trial. And so what do you think would happen? I think they'd try to kill me over in Birmingham or along the way. All right. How do you characterize the indictment that's now been against him in his campaign for governor of Alabama?
Do you have any indication that Governor Wallace will not honor his request to send the extradition papers to Governor Busby of Georgia?
I have no idea what will be done in that respect. Most governors do whatever is customary.
Do you think you have a special friendship with Governor Wallace?
I don't know Governor Wallace personally. I've met Governor Busby, but I don't know him otherwise.
When are you leaving for Alabama?
I intend to leave for Alabama whenever they throw out the charges over there, these illegal charges. And you have no indication at all of how long it may be before you will know about the next step? Well, the next step is a habeas corpus proceeding here in the Superior Court of Cobb County. The court, we haven't filed a petition yet, and the court has not yet set a date.
What's your first name, please?
L.S., just the initials.
Do you have anything else you want to say to us?
Well, I'm innocent, and the FBI has been persecuting me for years and years. They even had a pimp pour gasoline under
my apartment door in in Atlanta back in March of 1953 and set fire to the place where I was living with a friend of mine. And the FBI, the fire department in Atlanta arrested him, the arsonist, and wanted to prosecute him, but the FBI used its influence so the grand jury at that time would not indict the arsonist.
Why don't you name him now? Why wait?
I think it would be more appropriate to do that in court in a legal proceeding.
Why?
That's Mr. Cobb thinks so, and other attorneys that I've consulted with think so.
You said you might defend yourself. Now you've engaged an attorney. Why?
I'm busy. I have a lot of things to do, and since Mr. Cobb here is a first-class attorney, and we'll have other first-class attorneys working with us, why, I can go about my usual business.
How much is this going to cost you?
I don't know.
They don't call me Cash Cobb for nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Quick waiver.
Ah, yes. The next move is now up to Alabama Attorney General Bill Baxley. He'll take the extradition papers to Governor George Wallace, and if Wallace agrees that Stoner should be extradited, he'll send them to Governor Busbee of Georgia. Busbee then will forward them to Judge James Bullard, who set the bond for Stoner this afternoon. And then Judge Bullard should set a hearing on whether or not Stoner should be extradited to Alabama within the next 10 days. Don McClellan, Action News. Why did you voluntarily surrender?
Good thing done gone.